You are with the University of Karate. We have come again together to understand the various disciplines, the various principles and sciences, all that come together in what we know. The whole package is what we know as the martial arts. We are continuing our study with Sensei Mike Biddle, and we're continuing a series that we've started. Many of the videos are one of many videos to be done. We have a series that we're demystifying. We're bringing understanding to something that seems hard to understand, mystical. We don't understand really what it means. The idea of the tiger, dragon, crane, leopard, snake, or the 5 Shaolin arts are often talked about, and most times in a mystical way, even represented that way in some movies that we see. But we started to try and demystify the real understanding of what these animals represent. We had a series of video called Demystifying the Dragon, which I thought was very helpful. And we had a topic called the Eye of the Tiger, but we want to go into the actual demystifying today, demystifying the tiger. What is the true meaning of the tiger and the tiger style, the tiger emphasis? Sensei Mike Biddle is here with us, and we're going to jump right into that topic and start looking at what is this tiger style or tiger emphasis, and demystify what it really means and how it's deployed in the martial arts. Sensei Biddle.
That's a fun one, because here's where we have a problem. We have cultural differences. We have misunderstandings. We can almost say demythicizing the tiger, because tiger is the way we understand it, and the culture over here is a myth. We don't understand it. So we have to find out what the actual meaning of tiger is in the Chinese culture, where it originated. Don't interpret it. We're very good at interpreting our own meanings and not ever understanding what the actual meaning is. So, for example, as I went up through the martial style of Uechi-ryu, our tiger, dragon, crane, but the emphasis was always tiger. And sort of it's evolved that way now through evolution, because tiger looks cool. It looks powerful. Crane, everybody goes, oh, it's a bird. But see, we'll come to that one. We don't understand crane. We don't understand crane. We don't understand dragon. We don't. So forget about what you've been taught. You've got to figure this out differently. So tiger. So like I said, in Uechi-ryu, we do tiger, dragon, crane. Tiger is always preeminent. We go through these movements, these powerful movements, these muscular punches, and these strong blocks, these powerful kicks, and that's tiger. Well, folks, it's not tiger. You missed it. You've gone down a rabbit hole in the wrong direction. You followed something that was culturally incorrect. You made a mistake. You went down a detour. You got off the road. So we're going to demystify that for you today. What does tiger really mean? It's not muscular force. I mean, everything is muscular force. Let's be honest with that first. Everything involves movement, involves muscles. But it's not what we consider the powerful muscular punch and movement of San Chin is not tiger. Examine, if you want to look this up for yourself, go find it. Find out what the Chinese definition, definitions are funny words, describes the word. The meaning is what it actually is. So the meaning of dragon is something new, something different. It's misunderstood. We're going to demystify it. Tiger means explosive power. But am I saying the same thing? No, I am not. If a tiger is going to attack, and we've all seen this, you can watch your cat attack a mouse or a lizard. You'll see this. There's a grounding. There's a grounding first, a building of tension within the body. And it's not tightness, it's tension. It's dynamic tension. The muscles are all grouping, getting ready to move. And how is it going to move? With explosive power, and speed. So the muscles ground, they build, they get themselves in the proper position to move, then they explode and they release power. They do not push power. They're not forcing power. They are releasing power. That's what you see the tiger is. And if you don't understand what I'm saying now, just think about it for a while. Think about the tiger. When they explode, they come out of their stance and they explode, and then the arms come forward and the claws come forward. But they're not resisting themselves going into that motion. It's full propulsion forward. It's a release of energy. They're not trying to manufacture energy in the motion of that movement. So when you punch, if you punch tiger, now let's talk about San Chen, Uechi-ryu for a minute. When you see the arm, if I'm doing a right hand strike, it moves toward the center line. It's pulling back, it's building. It's building, it's building, it's building, it's building. It's all the way back now and it's engaged. And then now when I am going to release that punch, I am not going to push that punch with extreme muscular force. I am going to build, and then with the intent, release that arm coming forward, exploding it with speed and power. Speed is the differential. It's not push. I see too many people striking. They're trying to strike fast and hard, but they're not tiger. They're not nothing. They're nothing. They've broken the circuit. You have to extend that arm with speed and power, but not with muscular over pushing. Over pushing, it's a very difficult for me to explain this. You're going to have to just get it. Over pushing causes muscles to engage that do other things. They reciprocate. They slow you down. They lessen the impact. It's like if you have a highly muscular person trying to punch and they're just pushing. They're just pushing. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. It's difficult. See, these things, my instructor said to me one time, there's principles and there's concepts, and concepts are hard to grasp. That takes time. You have to learn the principles, and the principles explain the concepts. So I'm talking about a concept here. This is a cultural construct of tiger. It's a concept of grounding, building, and then exploding. But that explosion, I'm going to say it over and over and over and over because I'm trying to emphasize it, is not a push. It's not a muscular force. It is muscles, but it's a release of energy outward. And that's going to cause everything to explode. Let me use Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch, because John and I talked about that a little bit ago. If you watch him, you're going to see tiger. It is all tiger. But see, that's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing muscular force. He's doing it without muscular force, right? Well, watch him very closely. Watch this video 1,000 times if you have to. First, watch his feet. Watch his feet, knees, and hips. He's going to grind down. It's micro. It's very small, subtle movements. He's going to grind that down. He's going to grind into the ground. It happens fast. He grinds down, he builds, and then he explodes. It comes from the ground up, from his feet, into his hips, and then into his shoulders, and then that arm just extends. Now that right shoulder, watch that right shoulder, it will drop. It's back, and it will drop. That was one of the techniques one of my instructors taught me, that when you punch, when you extend your arm out, there's one more move you have to make. You have to drop the shoulder socket in. You have to drop the shoulder. You can do it. You'll see it. You just extend the shoulder. That's called extension. That is in tiger. That's tiger. It's exploding and then all the way through the extension. The tension of the muscle will come at impact. We talked about that in a prior video. If you didn't watch that, they interrelate because I brought up a concept of song. which I'm not going to go into detail here, but it's the Chinese proper understanding of what we translate as relax. But song and relax is not the same thing. It's not the same concept. Just like tiger is not this muscular force that we're using to try to create power. Yeah, this overly use of dynamic tension. And that, I'm glad, John, thank you for saying that. Because that helps me clarify it. The way we see this now in our style of Uechi-ryu is you see the overuse of dynamic tension. We've talked about it in other videos about the use of dynamic tension and all that. But you've got to be able to move. So if you're too tight, the problem with tightening tightly is your body doesn't know, how do I say this? Your body doesn't know how to tighten one side without the other. The way you create dynamic tension is the antagonist and the protagonist muscles both tense, because muscle works against muscle. You can't flex your bicep without tightening your tricep, because your bicep has to work against resistance. Your muscles work against resistance. So in order to flex your bicep, you've also tightened your tricep. So when you overly use dynamic tension, you're using both sides of the muscle, using the push and the pull, the eccentric and the concentric use of the muscle. So overuse of dynamic tension creates the resistance that will resist you from exploding with full power. So too much dynamic tension defeats tiger. It's the antithesis of tiger. You want full engagement with explosive outward force. Building, and I'm going to finish with this. I want to create this image one more time. You're the tiger. You're in the ground. You see your prey. He doesn't see you. You bunch your muscles. Now, again, not overly. You're building your muscular tension. You're aligning your body. You're aligning your knees. You're aligning your spine. You're aligning your hips. You're preparing everything for that release of explosive power and destructive force.
I don't think we can add anything to that. We need to continue this in the comment section below. Again, we're opening up thoughts and concepts that are going to be helpful to you, and we want to discuss them in the comments below. Please share your comments if you have a similar understanding of this. Please share what you understand in the comments. Let's talk, let's dialogue together, respectfully, of course, and allow the deepening of our understanding of these different animal arts, these animal emphasis and techniques to be broadened. You're with the University of Karate. Again, we were Sensei Mike Biddle, and we're demystifying the tiger. We want to see you again next time.